Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, eu não sei a hora que você está vendo esse vídeo, mas seja muito bem-vindo, muito bem-vinda aqui ao meu canal. Continuamos aqui na cidade de Saskatoon, que fica na província de Saskatchewan e que fica literalmente no meio do país. Continua muito frio aqui, essa província, nessa região do Canadá. O inverno demora muito para ir embora, então ainda hoje está, por exemplo, menos 15 graus. Mas enfim, no vídeo dessa semana, no vídeo de hoje, a gente vai visitar essa destilaria aqui, Basta Distilleries, que por sinal, coincidentemente, está completando 10 anos hoje. Foi fundada em 2012 e é uma destilaria muito conhecida, principalmente nessa região do país. Eles produzem gin, whisky, vodka. Eu adoro uma bebidinha e eu tô louco para conhecer e entender como é feito todo o processo de produção dessas bebidas. E bora simbora conhecer e ficar bêbado junto. Rapaz, eu tô tão curioso para provar essa bebida, e é tudo local, é feito localmente aqui, que é tudo feito, toda a destilaria e tal, e é uma marca conhecida no país inteiro, principalmente aqui na província de Saskatchewan. Então, eu tô muito ansioso para provar. Vamos lá.
Hi, I'm Sandy Boschman. I'm the brand ambassador for Lucky Bastard Distillery. So very happy to be here on Marcelo's show. Sherry's here in the background as well.
Yeah.
And a little brief history of how Lucky Bastard came to be. Back in 2010 is when this company was founded, and we did about 2 years of research and development, and we sold our first bottle in 2012 of May. The original idea though came from one of our owners, Carrie Bowman, who was traveling and saw a brochure on micro distilleries. He realized that Saskatoon was not doing micro distilleries at this time.
But does he live here in Saskatoon?
He does live here in Saskatoon.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So he decided to talk to his good friends, Mike and Lacey, about starting a micro distillery for the first time in Saskatoon since Prohibition.
Yeah.
So that's why we have the Lucky Bastard name, as well as the pinup girl that you see on the bottles. So we'll start with our 7 times distilled premium vodka. It is made with a Saskatchewan winter wheat, and after it's distilled and filtered, we're able to either turn it into flavored vodkas, or we could turn this product into gin as well. So we're gonna try the vodka. We try to make ours as smooth as possible, but it is gonna have a little kick because it's 40%.
What time is it? It's about 10, 11 a.m.?
It's noon somewhere.
It's no, yeah.
Yeah.
Vamos provar agora. Yeah, it is. Very smooth. Yeah, delícia. I love it.
Yeah.
Muito bom.
So here's one of the products that we make with this vodka. This is a Saskatoon berry fruit liqueur. So basically there's 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of berries in each one of these bottles. We use a little bit of evaporated cane sugar from the Caribbean, and we'll use our vodka. We'll let it sit, macerate for several weeks. Once the berries break down, then we're able to squeeze and press it all out, filter it, and you get a 24% fruit liqueur.
Wow.
So this is also great on its own on ice. Italian sodas, champagnes, food. You like waffles, ice cream, milkshakes.
Oh yeah.
Start your morning off great with 4 ounces on your waffles. Yeah. We'll try this out.
Wow, so good. Looks like wine. Não parece vinho, né? Vinho tinto. Olha a cor. Ele falou que é 40%. So good. Wow. It's so good.
You want to try a little bit, Jerry?
Uma delícia. Jerry, you should try it. Essa bebida de frutas vermelhas é muito perigoso, porque você não sente o sabor nem o cheiro do álcool. Parece que você está bebendo suco. Mas eu já tô ficando daquele jeito. E tá só começando.
So we're gonna take our coconut lime vodka I'm gonna add 2 ounces into this shaker glass, an ounce of cream of coconut,
Suco de limão.
followed up by some egg white. Egg white gives it a nice froth,
Uau.
so we're gonna shake it right up.
Clara de ovo.
And just a little touch of simple syrup to add a little more sweetness to it. So now I'm gonna throw on the top, give a nice smack, and we're gonna shake the heck out of it. All right, I'll give it a little pop, take that out. You've shaken it right, you should have a nice froth on it as you're pouring it in.
So creamy.
Yes.
O cheiro disso aqui tá maravilhoso. Bem cremoso. Ok.
Olha isso.
Now, let's try. Wow, this is so good. Man, this is amazing. It's so delicious. Wow. The coconut and the lime mix so well, right?
Thanks to Sandy, right?
Oh, very, very welcome. It's my pleasure.
So good. Amazing, guys. Amazing.
Let's go.
All right, Marcelo and Jerry, come on in. Let's show you the distillery. So this still is our crown jewel. We call her Ginger. She's a handcrafted hybrid copper pot still. She's 238 liters. She's actually very small even for a micro distillery, but she gets the job done nicely. A lot of our grains are coming from Saskatchewan. And as I was referring to before, your lighter roasts on your grains can give you additional flavors as you go darker roasts. This is our mash kettle right here. We'll auger our grains through this auger that goes around to our grinding room. This will be filled with reverse osmosis water. Once we have the water to where we need it to be, we'll grind our grains, auger them in here. Over the course of the next few hours, we're gonna raise the temperature up of the water. If you're a beer company, you'd start adding in your hops slowly, the grains that you want in there. To make alcohol, you need sugar and you need yeast. So what we're trying to do in this process is break down the starch in the grains, which then converts to a sugary enzyme, which is what the yeast can feed off of.
And how long does the grains stay in there?
In there, so just a few hours.
A few hours.
Yeah, and then we'll pump the liquid portion of it into the fermentation tanks. That's when you're gonna add your yeast. Once the yeast is in there, it's gonna feed off of all the sugar, convert to CO2 and to alcohol, as well as you can reuse your yeast up to a couple dozen times. That's how you get consistency in your beer for months, if not years. We're not making a drinkable beer. All our beer is getting turned into hard alcohol. So ours is about 9 to 10% alcohol. You could drink it, it's gonna be very sour and it's gonna kick you in the butt real quick. So once the fermentation is done, what we're gonna do is pump all the liquid out. The yeast will stay behind, ready for some new wort. We'll put the fermentation into this still here. This is called a stripping still. What it's gonna do is cook off the beer and reduce it to raw alcohol form. So ginger here is once again gonna clean up the alcohol that came out of the stripping still. The reason why you're using copper is very soft metal, has natural pores in it, so it's gonna draw out all the sulfurs, sulfites. It's gonna stick to the side like plaque. Once you're getting this oily alcohol to a boil, it's also going to go through a refill stage. So you're separating the finer vapors from the heavier, oilier vapors, and then you start getting the moonshine coming out. So these are the two bad ones: heads, tails. The stuff that's in the middle is the hearts.
But this one is still bad.
Bad too, yeah. Both bad, yeah.
Então esse é o primeiro processo. Esse é, os dois são tipo considerados um bad alcohol, que é como se fosse o álcool ainda não está pronto, então assim, mas esse já está com mais quase próximo do produto final. Esse aqui.
So this is one of our wheat whiskeys, and what we did was add honey and lavender to it. So give that one a smell.
Uau! Dá pra sentir o cheiro da lavanda. E ele falou que para ser whisky tem que ficar no mínimo 3 anos nesse barril aqui, num barril como esse aqui. E a diferença é que esse é o barley, que eu não sei como fala em português, e esse aqui é o trigo, né? Que é o whisky.
Once they fire char the inside of this, the whiskey is then able to get into the wood, and the caramels and tannins that are in here, the whiskey will then draw it out, which flavors the whiskey. The whiskey gets all of its color from the char, caramels, and tannins. The other half of the flavor comes from the beer that you made originally with all the flavors.
So really, Sandy, inside of this, it's wood. It's not like there's no lining. It's
No
what
lining. It's just char, and the alcohol is what swells the wood and seals it.
Once it's empty, do you guys reuse it?
If it has been in here for several years, we won't reuse it, but it's really niche now to give it to craft beer breweries, and they'll start doing barrel-aged beer. So this represents the Angel's Share, which sadly is the whiskey that evaporates into the oxidization as the barrel breeds. Cocoa vanilla whiskey.
E olha que eu não sou nem tão fã de whisky, mas assim o cheiro.
So after the vodka is distilled, we'll pump it up to those totes, which will chill the vodka right down to about 2-3 degrees. What we'll then do is let it trickle all the way down through these charcoal filters, which clean up the alcohol through the pores that are in the charcoal, just removing whatever bad flavors could be left. Then we'll trickle it into here. Once that's done, we'll do one more microfiber filter, proof it to 40, and it'll be ready for bottling.
E esses barris aqui, ele falou que eles estão há 10 anos aqui com as bebidas, com a bebida dentro dele. Show, né? Muito massa. E todo o processo começa aqui, com os grãos, e esse é o produto final. Agora você me pergunta, qual que eu vou escolher? É claro que esse aqui, né? E eles também têm uma loja aqui na entrada, onde você encontra produtos como, por exemplo, roupa, tem mais camisas aqui, ó, aqui embaixo, produtos de coquetel, bebidas, é claro, e aquela lindeza ali, cadê ele aqui? Ei, essa lindeza aqui. Agora aqui, you cute, man. E essa lindeza aqui. E show de bola, super indico esse lugar aqui em Saskatoon. Vem visitar essa fábrica, eu vou deixar aqui na descrição do vídeo. E é isso.